Welcome to Tapping Vegas, brought to you by Better and Green. How about that plus 900 last week, Bobby, with the Costa knockout? The first knockout of Dan Ige's professional career. You called it plus 900 for the haymaker. Man, those are hitting at an incredible rate for the numbers that we're throwing out there. So way to go, man. We have a new bet type that we're going to be adding at the end of the show that I'm excited to talk to you guys about. But first off, we're breaking down 5 fights to win you guys money for this week. We're talking UFC Fight Night between Brandon Moreno and Kavanagh. Man, I'm a big Brandon Moreno guy. I'm excited to see what you have to say later on, and maybe you can sway me off of Moreno. We'll have to wait to see towards the end of the show. We give you guys 5 fights every week. We're going to start this time. We're not just doing all main cards. We're going to actually start with Eric Silva versus Francis Marshall. Bobby, what are you seeing here?
This one's very interesting because you have Francis Marshall, who is a guy I was pretty high on coming into the UFC. Only been around since 2022 and he got his Contender Series contract. I thought that Marcelo Rojo fight was the beginning of, a bright prospect in the division of the featherweights coming up, taking that next step. Unfortunately, it wasn't because it's been, pretty rough sailing ever since that Marcelo Rojo round 2 punches finish. Lost to William Gomez, split decision. Lost in round 1 to Isaac Dolgarian. Barely beat Dennis Bazooka. Lost to Myron Santos. You're looking at 2 wins and 3 losses. Pretty bad skid right now, right? So Francis Marshall, he's 26. He's still young. He can still recover very early in his pro career. I mean, this is a guy who's 8-3, so not that many fights at all. Not even really in his prime. So he's got a lot of room to improve. He's 5'9", 72-inch reach, going up against Eric Silva. Now here's where this fight is a bit bizarre to me. Here's where things start getting a bit screwy, and especially when we get to the odds. Eric Silva's 9-3. He's 38, so he's got the age working against him in a lighter weight class. We always talk about on this show how age is more prone to affect you in the lighter weight classes as opposed to the heavier. He's also 5'9", 71-inch reach, so there's no great disparity there. The age is the biggest thing working against him. Also been very inactive. Another 2022 Contender Series contract winner. Had a rough go of it in December of that year. Lost to TJ Brown by arm triangle, a guy who's not even on the roster anymore. Round 1 leg injury to Muhammad Naimov, February 2024. So, almost 2 years in between fights there alone. Another 2 years in between fights, the leg injury. That's probably, I'm guessing, what's contributing to the odds, because here's where things get too weird to me. Both of these guys are on skids. One is, yes, significantly younger. That's the biggest thing I can give them. But it's just crazy. Eric Silva's a plus 525 money line. Francis Marshall is a minus 750. My only rationale, my only thought process with that is my biggest concern is the age. Okay, 38, it sucks at featherweight, but I just can't pass up a money line like that when you have 2 guys very closely matched in every regard except for that. And except for the inactivity, but it's like he had to recover from an injury, etc. He has just as few fights as Francis Marshall. Everything other than that just is too similar to me to feel that confident ever taking somebody who is that big of a favorite. You know what I mean? Like, for me to take odds like that on a favorite, it has to be like Bo Nickel before he lost to DeRitter type thing. It has to be like a Habib Nurmagomedov. It has to be like a John Jones in his prime. It can't be Francis 2-3 in his last 5. Only thing I got is I'm young. You know what I'm saying? So if for no other reason, no technical analysis or anything, that's why I'm rolling with Eric Silva. Neither one will have necessarily what we'll talk about on some of these other fights, that home cardio advantage. One thing to always keep in mind with these Mexico City cards is the very high elevation that they're fighting at. Those Mexican fighters have that natural advantage in these type of situations because they have already trained in Mexico City. They've already been able to acclimate to that high altitude and things like that. So fighters who are not able to get there early and train are at a severe disadvantage. I mean, Eric Silva's Peruvian, Francis Marshall's American, so nobody really gets the pendulum swung one way or another on that. I'm going Silva money line just because plus 525 feels like a free bet with not much to lose to me. What do you think?
I don't blame you. I think the Francis Marshall money line's a bad bet, but my problem is Eric Silva doesn't even have a win in the UFC yet. Like he had
That's
a
true.
contender series win and it hasn't done anything for me. So it's like, whereas Francis Marshall wins, I mean, we talk a lot of crap on Bazooka. I mean, this show's not the biggest a Bazooka fan here. That being said, like I think that the guy he just fought was gosh, what was the UFC fighting show? Ultimate Fighter, one of the Ultimate Fighter guys. That was pretty good. So I'm not gonna hold either of those against Francis Marshall. But I also can't bet him at the money line. But I think I did see a double method in here. So you can get Francis Marshall KO or decision. I don't think he's going to get the sub here. I think it's just going to be a striking affair at plus 100.
Ooh.
So I get that age on my side, and I can get two methods there. If he gets a submission, I mean, I would have rather lose and he gets the submission not with a plus 100 bet than, you know, win my minus 750. Like
Right.
if I'm going to be playing this one, that's how I'm going to lean in this one. I'm actually shocked I can get that at plus money. I guess Vegas has them leaning the submission at plus 100. I feel like I'd just rather take my chances there because you do the submission with the other two, KO or decision, you're looking at minus 250, minus 225. I just think I'm going to take the value there. Get the guy with two methods at plus money.
Okay, I don't fault you for it one bit. It's a pretty close fight, so nothing really makes me feel that confident one way or another. So I can't fault you.
Yeah, and you know what? The bad thing about this fight too, you're not getting any help from Vegas over here. 89% of bets on Marshall, 93% of the money. So even the sharp money is on the Marshall side. 11% of bets, 7% of the money for Eric Silva. They're just not helping you out at all.
They want to actually pay attention to the wheel. What a shame.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. The next fight we're talking about, Santiago Luna versus Angel Pacheco. Man, I thought going into this, I thought I was going to be on Luna. Like, without a doubt. I'm like, oh, Pacheco's not very good. Then I started watching more film. Luna, he took that huge shot by Quang Lee and just doesn't have good defense. He's more of an attacker with reckless abandon. Pacheco was another guy, super tough, and he'll just stand there and bang. Got the crap beat out of him in the Contender Series, lost, and Dana still gave him a contract just because he liked the dude so much that he's a fighter. I think that means something here. Looking at the bets over here, 92% of the bets on Luna, 91% of the money. You know, getting 8% of the bets, 9% of the money on Pacheco, 1%. I'm not going to even call that a sharp lean, but I can get Pacheco at plus 455 for a tough guy that's been through, I believe, a Contender Series and 2 UFC fights now, and he fought Colin Loughran, who's a guy you and me. I think he's tough. He's a respectable fighter in the UFC. So getting Pacheco, a guy I did not think I would be on at plus 455, I think that value is too good for me to pass up. The Pacheco money line. What do you think?
This one's tough because this is a rare instance where I feel like age is actually a disadvantage for Luna. He's only 21, and I feel like that's a bit too young for MMA, really. I mean, there's a lot of people. Yeah, there's a lot of people that like MMA is about that little fine line you have to walk between like you want to start early, but not too early because, there's increasing evidence that the earlier you start before your brain's fully matured and before you fully, map out those neural pathways and things like that. Obviously, repeated head trauma is not going to make you any better of a fighter, any smarter. of a fighter, but you also don't want to wait until later in life when you lose some of that athleticism, some of that explosiveness, etc.
Yes.
So this is a bit puzzling. Yeah, this is one where 21 for Luna might be too young and 34 for Pacheco is just right. That's my biggest concern. I mean, yeah, you mentioned it. Pacheco, the biggest thing is he lost that contender series, but Dana wanted him on. He lost to Loughran. That was actually the first time you and I covered Pacheco, and
Yep.
I believe I was on Pacheco, and I was terribly wrong. So I gained a newfound respect for Loughran after that because I thought
Can I
Pacheco would win.
can I just say, if you look that
Yeah.
up, the Colin Loughran versus Pacheco fight, we're the second video that pops up.
Oh, nice. That's
Cover that fight.
awesome.
Yep.
Hey, you heard it here. Like I said, we cover it. We cover everything we can. Another thing, though, is Luna does have a pretty decent reach advantage, 74-inch reach compared to 70. That's starting to be, a little bit meaningful there for Luna. So that 2-fight skid for Pacheco's rough. Luna has, been tearing it up. Luna is he undefeated? Yeah, he's 7-0. Very young in his career, very young in age, and undefeated. So that's a huge mental thing for you. And to win your
Yep.
UFC debut in round 1 against Kwang Lee, that's definitely good for your confidence. Man, yeah, like you said, Vegas is not doing any favors on this card here when you're
No.
getting, the 21-year-old at such a huge advantage there. Man, that's just rough because like the reach is in Luna's favor, but the age might actually be working against him. Pacheco is tough, but is he tough just because he's a punching bag and that's like his place in this? Like,
Right.
that's a
The
tough
over
one.
under is at 1.5. And my thought process is somebody probably does get knocked out here. Is it going to
Right.
be Luna's just that much better than Pacheco, or is Pacheco going to sneak one by Luna? And that would
Right.
break a bunch of parlay slips broken, a bunch of people placing huge bets on Luna broken. Tapology is like 90% of people, maybe 93 to 96% of people on Luna. Like that would be a huge win for Vegas if Pacheco hits.
Yeah, we could see a situation like I said, damn, was that already last week where I was like Strickland's gonna win. Strickland's
Yeah.
gonna beat Fluffy, and nobody saw it coming. It was just like
Not even me.
Tapology. Yeah, but you're smart. Everybody else just rides the bandwagon. Everybody else is just like, oh, 99% of people pick Fluffy. My rationale is I'll just pick Fluffy. Like, come on
Right.
now.
I thought he would wrestle more, man. That
I
shocked
did
me.
too. Yeah.
If you're just
I
gonna
did
stand
too.
there and box, then yeah, Strickland's gonna
He could
eat
never
you
get
up.
it going though. He shot 2 half-hearted attempts and then he ate too many jabs for it and he just got scared. He just
I
couldn't
know.
let it go.
It really didn't seem like he ever chased it.
Right. And I had called that in the fight. I was like, he's gonna walk on to shots. He's just
You're
gonna
right.
walk onto it. And it's just like, all right, I'm gonna go with Pacheco money line just for giggles. just for giggles. Just for giggles. Just for the fun. For
Hey,
chaos.
that would be really nice to hit for us both on that. Both on
Why
4 big
not?
5.
Luna realistically probably wins, but why not? Why not
Yeah.
be different? You know?
If that, I mean, it feels like one of these big favorites are going to lose on this card. You just have to not be the guy that steps on the mine. And so,
Right.
hey, if we
Yeah.
lose, we lose on the almost plus 500 guy. I'm not
Right.
losing on Luna.
I got other toes. I can lose a few. I can step on a landmine, blow some toes off.
We're looking at this next fight: Daniel Zellhuber versus King Green, Bobby Green. Bobby, what do you think of this fight?
Yeah, this one, I can only imagine the odds they have Zellhuber. I can't really disagree with that if that's the case. I'm waiting to see what Tom fuckery I'm about to encounter on DraftKings' latest projections here.
It's actually not that bad. Minus
Wow.
500.
Fair, because I feel like at this point, this should be the most mismatched one on the card.
Right, versus the
That's for
last
sure.
two.
Yeah. Yeah, compared to Luna and Pacheco, this should be the minus 625 for Zellhuber Green. I mean, yeah, we know what King Green is at this point in his career. Dude's 39 at 155 pounds in the lightweight division with 33 wins, 17 losses, 1 draw, and 1 no contest. That's a lot of wear and tear. That's a lot of mileage. That's a lot of lack of improvement. How much better can you get at this age? Can you teach an old dog new tricks? He's at a severe reach disadvantage. Zellhuber's got 6 inches. I wish I had an extra 6 inches. 6 inch reach advantage. Man's cutting height even at this division. He has to cut height to even make the limit. He's 6'1", built like a Mexican FBG duck, in his stroke game 100. So hit him up. Yeah, so height and reach advantage in a big way. Youth is on his side. 26 is a great age, not too young, not too old. He's in the prime of his career, if not even going to approach it later. Like, he's still got so much more room to grow and learn, to get better. 15-3, so he does have at least a decent amount of experience to go with that age without it starting to be like, oh my God, this dude's like a Thai fighter who's been taking 60 fights a year since he was 10. So that's a great amount of fights without starting to be too concerning about the wear and tear and injuries and everything. I mean, it's just, what more can you say? I mean, the guy, I know he's on a 2-fight skid right now. He shouldn't have lost to Michael Johnson. He shouldn't have lost to Esteban Ribovic. But damn, actually, now that I'm looking at this and jogging my memory, how the hell do you? I mean, it is Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson is the number one case study of he could beat anybody on any given night. Hell, he'd probably beat Francis Ngannou if you pick him on a random Tuesday. But he could also lose to anybody at any given time on any given night. So this one's tough, actually, now that I look a little bit deeper into that. Esteban Ribovic, we like him on this show, so a split decision loss doesn't damage any stock.
No.
But damn, man. Yeah, Michael Johnson last year. You know what? I'm still on Zellhuber, though. I just don't trust Bobby King Green right now at this point of his career. I mean, I'm pretty sure this guy's even coming off some pretty bad KO losses at this point. Actually, okay, yeah, he got his little split decision win back in December against Lance Gibson. But, I mean, yeah, before that, KO spinning wheel kick in round 1, Huffy inflicted upon him. Pimblett choked him out in round 1. Yeah, you beat Jim Miller, but that's just a fair fight with where both of you were at. You lost to Jalen Turner before that. So in like your last 5 fights, you've won 2, lost 3. All those have been losses by finish. Yeah, it's disgusting, but I'm going Zellhuber. As far as like anything to take the edge off, yeah, we've already said this card's not doing anybody any favors here.
No.
So I don't even know if there's anything that can help. Also, he has that Mexico City advantage. He's already been here. He's already been training at altitude. He's acclimated. Bobby Green, dude would have had to get there a month, 2 months in advance to even have a chance, and even then it's iffy. So Zellhuber has the cardio advantage, the youth advantage, the reach advantage, the height advantage. Everything's just in his favor.
Can I give you one thing of information before you make your official pick to just totally mess you up?
I can't wait. What do you got?
Betting percentages here. So 75% of bets on Zellhuber, 25% on King Green. King Green with 62% of the money.
Whoa.
Huge sharp edge.
X-Files. Something's up. We got a Scooby-Doo mystery.
We just did this last week because we thought those odds were so wrong in that one fight. And we looked at the like betting odds and the bets in it versus the handle, and it was wrong too. And we were like, but we stuck with it. Who was that?
Yeah, from last week.
Yeah, that was the co-main, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was Neil Medic, because we did the Neil KO and then he got knocked out.
Yeah, we were both on that. Yeah, because everybody thought it was going to be Neil KO.
When we thought that everybody would be on Medic, and we're like, what the fuck? And so now, 62% of money on King Green. Once again, though, sharps always do lean the plus money. So, do we not put too much stock into it?
I'm not, because that burdened me. I'm just gonna go with Zellhuber. Could it happen? Sure, but I mean, when you hit a plus 900 and you drop panties and take names like we do, you can afford to pass up if something does happen, because we hit way too often on craziness. If we lose to some craziness, it's just fair.
Right. Right.
Oh,
Uh,
God.
like I was saying that, I'm still with you too. Even after seeing that, I'm also on Zellhuber. I just think not only is he the younger guy with the better reach advantage, he's just the more technical fighter. He's just a better striker. I know King Green probably gets the power edge, but Zellhuber's going to piece him up. And I
No,
guess I would assume you're probably on the same with me. I really don't want to do KO or decision because I can see it being either one. Like, really. And I don't want my fight to be based on whether the ref thinks that, the standing and Zellhuber's pummeling him, if the ref's going to step in or not. If he does, I win. If he doesn't, I lose. One of those
right.
trap things. I don't want to get caught up in that. So right now, you can take 100 off. You can get Zellhuber at minus 400 for the KO decision double method. I think I'm going to do that.
Right. Or like to add to what you were saying, it's one of those situations like Batista Oliveira where it's like he's pounding his face in.
Right.
It brings in what you're saying about the ref not paying attention, but because the ref's not paying attention, then Oliveira's like, well, I'm getting my face pounded in. I don't really like this. I'd rather get choked out. And then he's like,
Right.
oh, you're just giving me the sub. Let me just choke you out and get this over with.
Right. Does King Green ball up in a, or does he curl up in a ball and, take it,
Right.
keep getting whacked, and then they jump on top of him, or does he just hold his hands over his face and just eat it for 30 seconds?
Right. Move, fighter. Move, or else I won't
Yeah.
do anything. Move. Move, or I'll just stand here.
Yes, exactly. Everybody who's been watching UFC long enough knows. So,
Right.
yeah, I think we have to do that, man. Let's talk about the next one, man. We're almost there. We're at the co-main. Marlon Vera versus David Martinez. Cheeto Vera, man. 32% of the bets, 78% of the money.
Another suspicious one.
Another suspicious one. Martinez, the younger guy. I believe Martinez is the Mexican home fighter. 68% of the bets, only 22% of the money for him. Buddy, I think it has to be Cheeto. He ate that knee from Strickland and stayed up. Like, this dude is incredibly hard to knock out. I think that Marlon, I think he wins a decision here. I don't even think you need to take the points with this. Don't mess with the points. Take Marlon Vera at the money line plus 245. What is the Vera plus decision? I'm gonna look that up here real quick. Vera plus decision is plus 500. See, it's about double the plus 245, but I'd rather keep all my options open and just make it easy and do Vera money line. What do you think?
This one's tough. I have to disagree, though. Just
Oh,
because Marlon Vera's he's pissed me off so much lately. I can't describe it any better than Jack Slack. Cheeto Vera is the guy that runs 20 miles a day, but still fights like he's terrified of gassing out. And he's just been that way for so long now. It's like he's notorious for how much road work and cardio he does, but you just would not be able to tell that because he just doesn't ever fight with that pace. He doesn't fight
fair.
like with there's any sort of urgency. He's like, well, it doesn't matter that I run 20 miles a day. I'm going to gas out at any point. So I'm just going to shell up and just he's basically like Jorge Masvidal. Like at this point he's the king of the decision loss and like
Yeah.
the aggravating decision loss where it's like he got his ass kicked and just completely neutralized and there's just not much you can really say because it's just so frustrating because you
Mhm.
know what he's capable of, just like Masvidal before apparently a reality show resurrected his career or whatever the hell he did and he had a spiritual awakening from like Cuban Love Island or whatever the hell he did. Like it's like what is it gonna take, Cheeto? You're a guy who's 1-4 in his last 5. You have the cardio, you have the skills. Hell, in this fight, you have the reach advantage. I mean, you're 33, but yeah, you definitely have some miles. So you're not old, but you're definitely getting that wear and tear and injuries and everything else, man. So it's just like, what's it gonna take? At this point, you're on a 3-fight skid, and yeah, you haven't been finished. But I mean, you're losing to Amon's a hobby, dude.
I know.
Amon's a hobby is who
I
you're
know.
losing to. And you do have the cardio, but are you going to act like it? Because Martinez has the Mexico City advantage. It just sucks because, there's nothing on this card. Marlon Vera plus 245 money line. Martinez minus 305. If you pick anything except decision, you're going to get a pretty decent payoff on Martinez. But it's like, how comfortable do you feel doing that? I mean, apparently David Martinez is the decisionator. If like we're just so sure that's going to happen, and it's just bizarre. So like, actually, most of his wins have been KOT. You know what? I'm going to pull a sneaky. And just like everybody thought Dan Ige couldn't get knocked out for the first time,
Mhm.
I'm actually going to go Martinez KO at plus 650 on this.
Dang.
Just
Are we
because
being too crazy today
hey,
after that 900?
I'm feeling Randy, baby. Are you feeling Randy?
Oh, I'm a little nervous now, but let's
Do I
get
make you
after
horny,
it,
baby?
man. Bobby, let's break down this last fight, man. The fight of the night between Brandon Moreno versus Loner Kavanagh, man. Take it away.
Yeah, another one this one's actually easy to me, and I'm probably going to regret these words, and I'm sure a lot of you would love to see that, but
Clip it, chat.
all right, keep putting something else in your mouth while you're waiting for me to fall off lately. Brandon Moreno, once again, Mexico City advantage, and trust me, I'm not a Brandon Moreno fan. I never really have been. I get that he's good. I respect what he's done. He used to be champ, etc., etc. I just never liked the guy, right? I'm not like some
That's
of
fair.
you out there that your favorite fighter is, my favorite fighter is Hamzat. My favorite fighter is Ilya Taporia. My favorite fighter is Alexander Volkanovski. My favorite fighter is, you see where I'm going with this. I'm not that type of fan.
Yeah.
If you are, fair fucks to you, but that's not me. I never liked Brandon Moreno, even when he had the belt, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
I am begging. I'm looking. I'm searching high and low. I'm putting my ear to the ground, listening for hoofbeats, for reasons to pick against Brandon Moreno. I'm over here humping air, dying to pick against Brandon Moreno, and I can't. I can't because I like Kavanagh. I think he does have promise. I think he does have potential. But when you lose to another man in a physical fist fight, physical violence, a confrontation as Joe Rogan says, chess with dire physical consequences is what we're playing here. And you lose to a man with a skullet in August 2025 by KO. And you gassed in that fight. In Shanghai, China. It's definitely got pollution, which is bad, and everything else. But you lose with that, right? And you think you're going to go to Mexico City, and you think you're going to be able, and another place that probably has pollution, but also has extremely high altitude, and you think you're going to win. I don't believe so. For that reason that he gassed already against Johnson, he got finished by Johnson. He's not used to the altitude. He's not used to these things. I think it's Brandon Moreno, and I don't want it to be. I want to bet against him. I'm dying for him to get just a Las Vegas card or somewhere at sea level or no crazy altitude against another young prospect. And everybody in this sport has an expiration date. And I just unfortunately feel like his is coming, and it's going to be one of those that like you don't see it until it does. But when it finally does come, it's bad. It's not gentle fall from grace, but it's not going to be now. What you got?
Are you saying call an ambulance, but not for me?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Not this time. He's going to eke by. He's 32. That's not super old, but he just hasn't been. You can just tell he's not his best self, especially when you lose to Tatsuro Taira by TKO. You beat Steve Urseg.
I get it.
Steve Urseg. You beat Albazi, but you lost to Royval and Pantoja. I just think he's the better fighter. I think he's more well-rounded. He has the experience edge. He has the vet edge. This is where age is not a detriment. And even though his chin now has question marks, even though that was his first knockout loss, what do we say on this show all the time? All it takes is that you finally get that first knockout loss
Yep.
your whole pro career, just like Dan Ige.
Yep.
And mark my words, we'll probably see more of those, unfortunately, coming Dan Ige's way. We will see more of these coming Brandon Moreno's way, just not at the hands of Kavanagh. He's just at too much of a disadvantage right now. Unless he's got Usman's pharmacist, chemist dad on speed dial with the EPO, and he's now the CEO of EPO, I just don't see Kavanagh winning, especially in a 5-round fight when you have gas tank concerns at high elevation. Just too much is working against him. Andy also doesn't have a reach advantage, doesn't have a height advantage. The only thing he has is just a little bit of youth. Just a little bit of youth. 9-1, so not a lot of wear and tear, but I don't know. It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. Hell, I might even be able to see Moreno getting a finish here. Like, what are the people thinking? What are the people even thinking? And that's I don't even want to say that because I find it hard to believe Brandon Moreno can finish anybody at this stage of his career. But I mean, if Charles Johnson can, if one man with a skullet can leave you unconscious on the canvas, what can one man with a Lego set and Funko Pops do to you? What's he going to do to you? And plus, you're only getting Moreno at minus 218 after everything I just went over. Right. Minus 218, Kavanagh's plus 180. That's not even good enough to justify Kavanagh to me. 75% of bets are on Moreno, 25% on Kavanagh, according to DK. I mean, Moreno KO, TKO plus 400, subs plus 330, decision plus 175. I don't know if I'll choose a method, but I'm on Moreno. What do you think?
I think you nailed it, man. We're seeing a tiny bit of sharp money coming in on Kavanagh, but 9%, 34% of the pot at plus 180. That's just because he's the dog in this. Like I said, if you ever see the favorite with a ton of sharp money, that is like absolutely a sign because they never want to take the favorites. So the money Vegas side of it doesn't scare me at all. Moreno at home, I think he is a very talented fighter. This division, I think people forget, this was the Brandon division. This was the Brandon Moreno, Brandon Royval, and Pantoja, man. Right. It was just those three that were just battling it out to see who would be champion. Moreno, Kavanagh, these guys aren't up to that level anymore, I don't think. I mean, Moreno's not up to that level anymore. Kavanagh, I don't think he's ever been at that level. So, yeah, give me Moreno here, money line, minus 218. It's not enough. The methods aren't enough to get me off the money line, the safety that comes with it.
Well, I'm about to get freaky, though.
Can I introduce the new bet first before we hit the haymaker?
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
All right, guys. It was, we're still in February. We have a new friend, Bucky's Bucks Aroundy Bill finishing fighter presented by Fliff. Spend $5, get $50 plus 100% deposit match up to $100. Use code BetterGreen. That is where I give you guys one fighter on the card. I'm going to try to keep it people that we don't talk about. I was looking at that, I want to hear what your haymaker is before I say it, but we're going to go Damian. We're going to hit the Pinus.
Okay.
P-I-N-A-S. Pinus.
Mr. Penis?
Mr. Penis, round 1 KO. We're even hitting the round. Round 1 KO. Unfortunately, it's only plus 120. So we really need things to go our way here. I think he can get it done. So that is our first Fucks Aroundy Bill. It's haymaker time. Say what I'm thinking, Bobby. I hope that you're about to hit him with it.
I don't know if I will, man, because I'm about to get freaky deaky here. I'm about to get Savage Life. Am I going to double up on Brandon? Am I going double B, double Brandon? I think I might do Moreno.
Okay.
Plus 330 sub as my pick. But then Haymaker, Brandon KO TKO plus 400. That's the
Oh,
Haymaker.
you're doubling up.
That's how
Okay.
confident, man. That's how
Okay.
confident.
So you're doing
Kavanagh.
sub for the pick, KO for Haymaker. You said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Dude. Look at this. Where did it go? Where's my boys? If I didn't get canceled, did it?
Oh, no.
We didn't get canceled mid-show, did it? UFC. I'm not seeing it on DraftKings right now. No.
Mr. Penis and Schultz?
No, they weren't showing Luna Pacheco.
Oh.
Maybe it was. If people that are watching this video back can comment dumbass in the comments if I was just looking over it. But dude, Pacheco KO plus 1100.
That's good, but man, it scares me.
I know it does. I know, but that was almost my pick for the fucks around Bill. But we talked about him.
Okay.
So I'm like, I want to try to make that one juicy like the Haymaker.
Right.
That one's not going to be tracked because I entered. I'm starting to do these just so I have the graphic to post on socials. If you guys don't follow us, make sure you do because we have like one of the best graphics team for sports betting like out there right now.
Oh, 100% B.
So you guys absolutely need to be following us everywhere at Better Green. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you guys do subscribe down below. Bobby, anything else before we get out of here?
Last thing I want to say is I've been doing a crappy job of tracking this, so I'm going to reintroduce it next Tapping Vegas, where I go back with the experiment of looking at who is in the post-fight press conference thumbnail on the UFC YouTube to see if there is a secret conspiracy that the winner is posted beforehand, hiding in plain sight for us to see if we just go to the YouTube and look at the thumbnail. I've done a crappy job with that. I only remembered it once. I'll try not to have dementia. And we'll resurrect it on the next Tapping Vegas, and I'll actually track that for funsies to see on my episode of MMA Mysteries if we got some suspicious activity going on here.
The show just continues to evolve, man. It continues to evolve. And if you guys want more, if you want our UFC DFS content, you guys have to check out our website, bettergreen.com. That's better, BETTOR green.com. We have special value charts over there that are going to help you guys set your lineups. That is for premium members. I give you guys my every lineup fighter for free. All the rest of it, that's for premium. You guys can get premium content just starting at $5 a month. Or just sign up for free and you can read most of the other content that we have out there. And play our daily swipe betting games. Saturdays, I've been pretty much leaving those as like pretty much just UFC picks. So you guys swipe. It's like Tinder. Swipe if you agree, swipe the other way if you disagree. And we just started it this month. The winner of the month, the most accurate picker, you have to have 50 picks in the month, which once again, I gave you guys 3 a day. You guys should hit this easily by mid-month. But we're going to be giving out a free month of premium to everybody that once a month to people. And then, once fantasy football season comes around, we'll be giving out free draft guides. So we're going to have alternating rewards that we're pretty excited to give out to you guys for just by being a member of the site and just hanging out, swiping, playing the game, being active with us. We got a community over there too. We'd love to talk to you guys. Bobby, we'll see you for the next card, buddy.
Yeah. Peace, guys.
Peace.